Chef Man. I'm on my way to Pino's. Today we're going to be doing a chicken bulgogi with a garlic soy sauce asparagus. But first we got to swing by Pino's and get the good stuff. Hopefully you can see me a little bit dark out here. But that's what happens when you know, it's winter and you work too much. Seems like we're right around the corner. You see lovely Soho. There was a little freak snowstorm today. Sure, there's great footage of that on the internet. So how much are you?
$9.
Okay. I'm in. Thank. Okay. So, out here playing the guitar.
Yeah. Yes, sir.
He's strumming the steak. So we got the bag of the movie. We're gonna head on back, cook this up. Hey the internet, I'm the Soho Chef Man, and today we're gonna be doing the chicken thigh template, Korean style. You'll notice that this week's template is actually based around a protein source instead of a country. And that's because chicken thighs, when boneless, make them super quick to cook, and skinless, make it super lean, are a great basis for many different flavors. We'll also have asparagus, which is rich in vitamins A, C, K, and folate. This week I'm going to show you the Korean American application, which is bulgogi marinade and gochujang, as well as a garlic soy sauce asparagus. Here's what we need for the Korean application of the chicken thigh template. We have 2 pounds of boneless, skinless chicken thighs from my friends at Pino's Prime Meats, located at 149 Sullivan Street. Bulgogi marinade, which contains Asian pear that has an enzyme which tenderizes the meat. Gochujang to make it spicy and red. Salt for seasoning. And then for the asparagus, we have some chopped asparagus here, soy sauce, and garlic powder. Another thing I forgot to mention, cook your asparagus in sesame oil. Alright, so now that the sesame oil is coming up to heat, we add the cut asparagus. Maybe a couple tablespoons of soy sauce, a bunch of garlic powder, and since we added soy sauce, we don't really need to add any additional salt. We give this a mix. Oh wow, that smells so good. I'm gonna put a top on it, set a timer for 3 minutes. That's all we need to do with that. So now what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna turn my broiler all the way to high and have the rack situated as close to the heating source as possible, because that needs about 10 minutes. And then I'll show you what I do with the chicken bulgogi. Here we are 3.5 minutes later. I added a little bit of extra garlic powder, but this is completely done. Next I'll show you the chicken bulgogi. Here we have a cookie sheet that I lined with foil, and then I have a cooling rack on top of it. And then here we have the chicken bulgogi. The reason that I use the cooling rack is so that when the chicken's broiling, it doesn't have to cook in its own fat, and it lets all of that sort of drain away so that you get a more grilled situation. Before I throw this into the broiler, I have some Gochugaru, which I'm going to generously put on top. And that's my oven falling apart. And then we need to salt this before you throw it in. When I take it out to flip it, season the other side. I'll show you what it looks like after the first 8 minutes. Coming up on 8 minutes. Watch that sizzling happen. Don't mind the broken rubber grommet there. I'll show you what it looks like on the outside. So it's been about 8 minutes. You can see this great charring we got here, probably from the sugar in the bulgogi marinade, as well as the proximity to the heat source. Give her a little flipper. Again, Gochugaru for the color and the spice. Add amount of salt. And we're gonna go back under the broiler for another 8 minutes. Now, what we did today was the chicken thigh template, the Korean American application with bulgogi. But you could totally take the chicken thigh in the direction of jerk, or tandoori, or teriyaki, or one of my personal favorites, spicy brown mustard with Old Bay. And instead of asparagus with sesame oil, you can play around with maybe green beans or snow peas and maybe a different fat source like olive oil.